guys, it's Michelle here and welcome to the M Blog channel. If you clicked this video, it is because you're probably experiencing some difficult moments in school, or maybe you feel like you're going to have a difficult moment and you want some tools to help you during that time. I personally have been in school now for a while. I'm a senior now and I'm going to be graduating, but those difficult moments don't seem to escape me. They are always there. What I'm talking about here when I say difficulty or difficulties in school, I'm talking about an annoying professor who isn't grading you fairly, or you're just not meshing with their teaching style. I've had that happen to me. Or a student who is difficult to work with during a project. And I think these are really important things to learn how to deal with. I'm going to just give you guys some tips on how to do that. If you guys enjoy any of these tips, feel free to like this video, comment down below what your difficult moment or person was. There might be someone here that shares that same experience, and give it a like on this video. And that's about it. Maybe follow me on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter if you'd like. Still working on handling all of those, but for the most part, join the ride and let's get started with the video. My first tip is going to be to focus on your goal. When I'm talking about focusing on your goal, an example of this, let's say you have a difficult professor. Your goal is going to be passing the class. Now, if you're not meshing with their teaching style, or you feel that your visits to the office have not been working out and you're just still pushing through, you're gonna have to prepare yourself for maybe getting a B if your expectation was getting an A. And maybe you wanted a B and you're gonna end up with a lower grade. Talk to your professor about it still and just keep doing what you're doing and focus on that. Now, during class lectures, I've had professors just not be engaging with me, or I don't like their teaching method, and it happens. You know, we're not all perfect and we're not all going to click with each other, and we're all going to have different points of views. But when it comes to your professor, you cannot let them see that they're your professors. You still need to respect them, and the goal is going to be passing the class. Now, let's say you have a difficult student that you have to do a project with. You still focus on the goal. And again, this is going to cause you to alleviate yourself from emotion, detach yourself emotionally from these people, and focus on what needs to be done. School-wise, if it has to do with a professor or a student that you're working with in a project and they just can't seem to figure it out and you're really stressing about it, still think about the goal so that you don't get emotionally tied to the situation, which is really, really important. Now let's get on to the next tip. The next thing that has helped me when I have a difficult situation is venting. I talk to someone, I talk to my mom, I talk to my sister, I talk to friends, and I just let it all out, because you cannot let the situation consume you mentally. And most of the time when I talk to someone about it, even if it's a counselor or anyone, I feel a lot better, and I also get tips. And I usually get some tips on how to resolve the situation. Most of the time, those that know you know how you could approach the situation specifically on your terms. Like, we're all different how we deal with situations, and those ones that care about us the most will know how we should deal with something, or tell us of a time that they went through something similar. Venting is important, and it's important to do it with those that are around you, and I cannot stress it enough to talk to someone when you're experiencing a difficult situation, and don't feel like you're complaining or any of that. You're talking, you're letting your feelings out. So let's get on to the next tip. My next tip is going to be to make a plan. Now, I said before in the last step to vent. Now, you can vent to a certain point. You can't just keep dwelling on the problem. You're going to now have to find some solutions. Make a plan on how you're going to attack the semester with that professor that you really don't like. Now, I physically jot down how I'm going to survive if I have a difficult professor, if I have a difficult person, because I mentally will structure my brain on how to approach the situations when they happen. So for instance, if I have a difficult professor, I say I'm gonna visit them every single week, and if it tends to bother me, then you limit that amount of time that you're going to see them. But for the most part, I'm making a plan on how I'm going to make myself feel secure that I did what I had to do during that time. So I make a plan, I'm going to see them, I'm going to try extra hard on studying, and I'm gonna practice patience with that professor. I'm gonna do what I have to do to get my grade, right? So I make a plan, and that's my physical plan. I write it down, and I recommend you guys writing down how you are going to attack this situation. If you guys want specific detail on how to approach a difficult professor or a difficult classmate, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to make a video specifically talking about that topic. And don't forget to comment down on the bottom what your difficult situation was, because I'm sure there's so many people in your shoes, and I will definitely comment back on my opinion or like what I would do or if I've been in that similar situation. So don't stop yourself from leaving that comment down below and subscribing and joining this community where we support one another. And that's about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.